and welcome back to Kitten Up Kitten. My name is Sam and today is day 18 of hashtag DIY DP May 24. So welcome to my channel. If you're new, then hashtag DIY DP May 24 is a month-long event run by myself for those of us that love doing cross-stitch conversions. I am going to go into detail about what that is on this video, so if you are a regular coming back, please don't think that I'm sitting here and telling you stuff you already know. I'm going to be doing this video for those new subscribers, those new people that are coming in, because we did have some last night on the live, which was amazing. You know, I'm always up for having new people coming on board, but this will answer a lot of the questions that you may have. Now, if you're here, it's because you like diamond painting or because you're interested, but maybe you're here because you like doing cross stitch and you haven't tried diamond painting before. So I thought I would go into some detail about what I'm doing. So first of all, DIY DP is a way of doing and working on your conversion project every day for a month. So when it first started, we had a set limit you had to do every day. Now we don't, but by doing a small section every day, you'd be surprised how much you can get done over the course of a month. So I'm going to go into which one I'm doing. Before I get into any of that stuff, if you are here, please help my channel grow. All you need to do is like the video, by subscribing, that really helps me grow, and by hitting that notification bell, because that is going to tell you when I post new videos. I do work a couple of different jobs, so I don't always have a set schedule. That said, there is kind of a schedule for the month of May, but I'll get into more of that later. So I am going to go on the premise that you all know what a diamond painting is, that you are using a sticky canvas to put your drills on. Now, the majority of conversion projects are square drills, and I save all of my spare drills, my leftover drills, to do this. That is the whole reason I got into it. And I loved the thought of using those leftover drills by decreasing by, I know it's a tiny amount, but one person really makes a difference, by decreasing that plastic waste that we're putting back into our rubbish systems. So I wanted to get a diamond painting from that. So this isn't something I've come across. I've seen this on other people's channels. I'm just sharing the process with you. So first of all, you will need your pattern, your cross stitch pattern. So you can go to large companies like, or well-known companies should I say, like Heaven and Earth. I have been on Etsy. You can also get them on there. I do try to make sure that I get licensed cross-stitch patterns. That's quite important for me, but I'm going to show you what I've got. So first of all, I use an app called Pattern Keeper, because if I printed this off, I would really struggle. I do wear glasses. I would struggle keeping up with a paper chart. So I use an app called Pattern Keeper. I buy my pattern that I like. So I'm going to show you the one that I'm working on now. So this is Stained Glass The Hobbit. So it's it's like a tapestry effect of the Hobbit story from the start all the way to where they get to Smaug's cavern. So I loved this. I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. Loved all the bright colours. The last cross stitch conversion I did was very earthy, so I loved all the bright colours in this one. So I bought my pattern. It was emailed to me. I downloaded it into Pattern Keeper, and that would then give me my chart. So this is quite clever. So if I zoom out, oh, actually, let me zoom in first. So each of these squares here are 100 drills. And what I am doing, I am transferring each of those drills onto a blank gridded canvas. Now, what you do need to be aware of if you are doing a cross stitch conversion is that it will make the pattern quite large. To convert, every single stitch you would do becomes a drill, and because each drill is 0.25 millimeters, it means that you're in essence timing, you're taking the stitch count and you're timesing it by 4. So you take the number of stitches, times it by 0.25, that will give you how many centimeters your canvas is. So please be aware that these projects can be quite big. Now, I got my blank canvas, this one in particular I got from my friend Penny, who got them from an online store. You can get blank canvases in lots of different places. So I'm actually doing 4 panels, 2 quite large ones, which are the full size of this, and 2 smaller ones, and then I'll join them together afterwards. But you can get canvases that are, you can purchase them to the right size. They just cost a little bit more. My drills I have sourced either from my spares, or for large quantities I may buy them online. I use a company called Syllaba, which is based in the UK. Smith's Beads is another one. Or you could go to Heaven and Earth and buy a chart from them and the pattern, and then you could use one of the larger companies in the States. There are out there, just look on Google for diamond painting drill. You should be able to find some there. You can also get drills on Amazon, just in case. So this is where I am at. So as you input each section, it will build the picture for you. And what we have here is, we have how many stitches I've done to date, how many drills total I need to do, and what percentage I'm at. And then down here, we have all the colours. So when you go onto your app, so I tend to do a 3x3 section, which is 900 drills. Let me try and get that to fit in there a little bit better, like that. So we'll give it a second. There you go. So each of these symbols is a drill. So if I search, so if I use my magnifying glass and click on that, it will tell me that everything that is highlighted green in that section is white. That's going to be held to place, but quick, it's colour blocking. If I pick another symbol, it will tell me how many. And down the side here, not only do you have the symbol and the DMC number, but you also have your quantities, and as you mark them off, those quantities will drop until you get to 0. Hopefully that was clear and concise. You know what I'm talking about. Here we go. So what am I using to do my pattern today? I am using obviously my canvas. I have bottle storage for my spare drills. Now I will say, for the bigger canvases, it may take some time for you to save the drills. That's why I've bought some of the larger quantities, because for this I needed to have enough for this. So look at your conversion as being a long-term project that you do alongside your other canvases. Of course, if you would rather just treat it like a normal canvas, then of course source all your beads at the beginning and just work on it constantly. I tend to get bored quite quickly, so I have a number of projects that I switch between. I am also using one of my soft grip pens. I do have an Etsy shop. I make the pens sporadically, so they go up when I've got them, but there aren't any on there right now. I'm hoping to get some made this week. And I am also using, of course, the limited edition mint green cook tray. These will be available on the Etsy shop by the 1st of June. This is the colour that I am launching this month. But I will be using the prototype XL. because I love it. I am waiting for a logo. My daughter is designing a logo. We are waiting for that before we launch this extra large tray. But yes, any details you need, my email address, my Etsy store, my friend Penny's Facebook group, her Etsy store, it's all in the description box. There are links in there. So are we ready? Are we ready for me to do my whip and chat on my canvas for day 18 of DIY DP May 24? I'm ready because we are aiming for hashtag the million drill drop. As a group, those of us taking part are trying to lay 1 million drills throughout the course of May. So to do that, I need to crack on. So what's next? What's next, you say? What's next is I'm going to take a swig of my coffee. My YouTube style, just in case you're wondering, is very laid back. So I make no apologies for noises you may hear in the background, for me going wrong, because I will, because I do. I may spill the drills, I may put them in the wrong place, I may discover errors as I'm going along. I'm not going to apologise for any of that. It's me. It's just the way that I am. But in each section, I treat my sections differently to the way that I diamond paint a normal canvas. When I'm on a normal canvas, I will have my section, and I will usually start in this corner down here, and I work my way out, the symbols going out that way. I don't know why, it's just the way I work. When I'm doing a conversion, however, I tend to pick the smaller amount of drills first. So I will go through, and I still start in this corner, but I will pick out the smaller amounts of drills first to get them in, because I've got a large gridded area, which makes it easy for counting. And if I get all of the small itty bits done, then at the end, what I'd like to be left with is a whole section of just that, because then I don't need to count the drills. I can just fill in all the gaps. Does that make sense? It will probably make sense as we get going. So I'm just going to make sure that you are in shot. Please do excuse the state of my nails. I am a qualified nail tech, but they have taken a battering this week. I've lost 2 on one hand. I am also a cleaner. Yeah, my hands are battered. I'm missing 2, and I've not had a chance to do them. So I am going to go back. So I'm going to click my magnifying glass. I am going to pull up this symbol, which is the white dot. It is 840, and I can see at the top here that I need 2,562 drills. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay the ones in this section. And you can, of course, do a section as big or as small as you like. You know, you could even, when you first start, just do a square at a time. A 900 drill section works well for me. So I can see my first drill is this second row right there, she says, and instantly the pen is playing up. In my pen, I don't use wax. Oh, I didn't. Right, magnifying glass to find the symbol you want. Click the pen first. Leandri will be taking a shot right now. So that one goes in there. Now, I'm probably not zoomed in enough that you can see me actually counting the squares, but at the minute, I am using what's already laid as my guide to where I'm putting the drills. And that's how it goes. You literally just build your section, your square. Okay, I've pulled my plastic up at some point. Now, you will also see that I am using cover papers. I do a mix of both. I either section by washi tape and cut it, or I use cover papers. And for this event, we have the hashtag DIY DP. Now, these cover papers come from my friend Penny at Calb Sparkles. So you have your normal side that goes down, and then the top is actually laminated. These are so strong. They last quite a long time. Absolutely love them. She does lots of different designs. Her Etsy shop is also in the description box. Between us both, we have the diamond painting world sewn up, pretty much. So yeah, by placing these drills in the right place. Now, some diamond paintings, some conversions can be very large and have huge amounts of colours. For instance, the very first conversion I ever tried to do had 239 colours. Number one, don't pick one of those for your first conversion. It is very overwhelming. I also chose an image that was very, very busy, very, very large. If you haven't done a conversion before, I absolutely suggest that you find a smaller project to start with to see if you'll like it, because when you've got a really large canvas and you know that you've got, you know, on this one, I've got 125,000 drills to lay. I will be okay with this one because I have done a conversion before, but my very first one I didn't complete because I tried to bite off more than I could actually deal with. And think about the size of your conversion as well. You know, if you've got a really detailed image, you're not going to want to do that in a small canvas because you won't get the detail that you want. Now for me, on this one, I actually think this one is quite pixelated, but I chose this because I wanted the tapestry effect. So it actually works for me, so I'm quite happy with that. But I do have some from Heaven and Earth. Heaven and Earth Designs is a good place to start. But if you are looking for something really small, maybe you're looking for a small project, then can I suggest that you go to dmc.com. They have a load of free charts of smaller things. So think along the lines of Paint Gem Mini, which would probably come out, in actual fact, they've got a handful of the designs the Paint Gem Mini come from. So you could do a smaller one to try it out. Do that. I highly recommend giving that a go before you commit to such a large canvas. If you're like me, potentially this particular piece of work could take me 2 or 3 years. You know, I am not someone that works on her conversion a lot in between doing the event. In actual fact, this last time I didn't do any. So at this rate, it will take me like 4 years. But I'll get there. I will get there. But yeah, try something smaller to start with. It is worth giving it a go, seeing how you get on, especially if you're already saving your drills. That said, the majority of canvases that you will find, the majority of patterns are for square drill diamond paintings. That does not mean that you can't not do it with rounds. You can, but you wouldn't be able to do it in rounds on a square drill canvas. You can get round drill canvases, but bear in mind you will have a small area of white around each drill. So if I was doing one with round drills, I would be tempted to get one that's got lots of pale background, so it blends in a little bit better. And also the fact that round drills are a little bit bigger, so it will be bigger again. But you can get blank round drill canvases. Just in case, maybe you do a lot of round, maybe you prefer round drill. So I'm going to pick my next symbol, which is this triangle 3024, which is a grey. Now I am pulling out into my tray way more drills than I actually need. It's just me. It's just the way that I do it. This is the reason that there is a standard and a mini size drill tray. The standard was the bigger one and the one that I would use the most. So I would suggest that for people who multi-place or people who, like me, like quite a lot of drills in their tray, especially when I multi-place, because it gives you more lines. However, the mini is perfect. I actually use mine as a trash drill tray, but the mini is perfect if you are single placing, and a lot of conversions are a lot of single placing, because of course, you know, you could have ones that have got 239 colours if you're brave enough. So you may only need to pour out a handful of drills each time. So you wouldn't necessarily need a larger tray. Like I said, the XL tray is not available yet. This is a prototype one, which is why it has no logo on it. And because we are creating a brand new logo for the KUK brand, I wanted to release them both together. The only reason I have got it in this colour is because my husband thought that I was asking for an XL tray in the green. I wasn't. I was actually asking in white. And when they do launch, they will launch in my base colours only. So to start with, so pink, grey and white. But I will keep you updated on when that happens. Okay, is there anything else that I can think of that I feel that you could need to know? Yes, there is. So, I do this event twice a year, or I have been doing it twice a year. Once in November and once in May. Because I know that by focusing on the project twice a year, you can get quite a lot done. And there isn't anything like that out there. Now, there are prizes that come with taking part in this event. Oh, who's at my door? Might be Amazon. Just heard the doorbell go off. Where did I get to? See, that distracted me. There we go. And me being me, I don't have notes. I don't have a list of what I'm going to talk about. I just ramble. Thanks, Pepper. That is one of the dogs that you can hear barking. What else was I going to talk about? There was something else I was going to say. No, it's gone. It's gone. I'm sorry. It'll come back, I'm sure. Right, let me just go and see what that was. I will be back. Yeah, that was a delivery I was waiting for. Do hate it when I've got something planned to say and then I can't remember what it is. But that's fine. It's not a problem. So I'm going to pick that symbol there. A few more of those. 211, which is a beautiful lilac. I'm going to pour all them in because I'm extra. And also, I love the colour purple in a green tray. I just think they're two colours that shouldn't go together, but really do. It's pretty much the same as that. Okay, so let's get that one in there. So I'm going through and I'm doing each block and then I'm marking it off. You don't have to. You could highlight all of them and then mark them off, but I find that this app in particular can be a little bit glitchy, and sometimes when I do that it doesn't mark them off until I've chosen my next symbol. So where possible I do mark them off square by square. Okay, so I found a mistake. Hang on a minute. Yeah, I need an extra blue there. That blue should be there. So they need to shift it over. Now this is normal. Please don't come in expecting to do a conversion and you do it dead right all the time. You will make mistakes. It is a bit more complicated than doing it normal canvas, which is why I have multiple things on the go, because I can only do it for so long before I get to a point where I'm like, oh, need a break, I need something easier. So you will make mistakes, and you will come across, what will happen is as you're working, you will get used to the patterns that are in the grid already, and you'll go, oh, that one's off by 1 square or something. It's fine, just correct it, it's not a problem. And if you do need to correct it, I will show you on here. Let me mark that off. If you want to go on and find out what drill, you click on the drill that's wrong, it will tell you at the top what colour it is, and then if you need to get more, you can do. So it is very simple to correct, it is not an issue. Unless you're me, in which case I just use whatever the closest colour is that I've got, because I'm lazy. So I'm going to go back to this one, so that goes in there. So yeah, I'm looking for these patterns of these drills that have already been laid, because that now guides me to where I'm going to be. That's what I was going to talk about. Let's talk about colour matching. Okay, colour matching. Diamond painting is one of those things where lots of people have their quirks. Lots of people have their OCDs. So I cringe if I see someone doing a canvas and they're pulling a section over there and then over there and then over there. I can't do that. I have to go in orderly rows. But for those people, oh, I want to do an interesting bit. Oh, I want to do a background bit. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not the way that I work. Storing your spare drills is exactly the same. And me and my friend Penny are absolute polar opposites when it comes to saving drills. So the DMC number for each drill means that it will be, if you've got a light purple, the DMC will always be a light purple, but the shades may differ, and they differ from company to company, and they even differ within companies because of dye lots. And it's the same that you would get with threads. Of course, if you are doing a diamond painting where you've got all of your colours, you need those colours to be matching. They need to be exact. If you were going to do a cross stitch, you would buy all of your floss ahead of time to make sure you got the same dye lot. And it's the same with DMC codes for diamond painting. They do vary. So here's where me and Penny do it differently. Penny will colour match her drills. So when she gets a leftover amount of DMC, she will go into her spare storage and she will pull out the bag that she's got, and she will compare the colour she's got with the colour she's already saved. And if they are different, she will create a brand new bag with that new colour in, so that then when she needs a colour, she can pull them out and go, oh, that one matches more closely than this one. And what we're matching against is this colour up here. So you want it to be as close to that colour as possible. I, on the other hand, do not colour match, okay? Which means that I do end up with mixed drills. So when I pour my drills into my pot, oh, this one's perfect because this has got some. So let me see if I can get up close. Just get rid of the extras because I don't want them hanging. Let's get them lined up. Right, I'm going to bring this up as close as I can get it. Now, I can't see very well. You will notice that I actually have a couple of different shades. That is a different shade to that. Okay, what I do, because a lot of this will be single placing, if you look up here, Their 610 colour is actually quite dark. So what I will do in this section is I will pick out the shade that fits the best, providing I have enough of it in my tray. So if I was pulling out these darker drills in this section and I ran out, or I knew I was going to run out, I wouldn't use it. I'd use the other one because I want them to be the same in each section. Penny would not deal with this, whereas I do. I feel like a lot of the time I will just pull the colour out. And some of it is down to storage space. I don't have the space for numerous boxes of different coloured drills, numerous bags in each colour. I just don't. So I choose to mix mine because I can pull out the ones that I want and they take up less space. When I am multi-placing, then of course it helps to have the same shade. However, I discovered on my last conversion that a mix of shades really doesn't make that big of a difference. If it was a flesh tone or it was a highly detailed piece, then yes, I would keep it as close to that colour as I could. But when I've got large areas of one colour, I just put them all in. I just mix them because I did it with the green in the dress of the last conversion I did, and it made no difference whatsoever. It really didn't. You can see it even more so in this colour. I have two different shades. I've got a very much a green, a grey shade up there. So I'm using the lighter grey. Now, if I run out of the lighter grey, I don't panic. I will then just switch to the darker grey because it would be one colour here and one over there and they're not next to each other. It's not going to make that big of a deal. Of course, if that would bother you, if not colour matching would bother you, then colour match by all means. And please feel free to use the group that we have. I say we have, it is Penny's group. But we do have on there a bunch of people who will be more than happy to send drills. We would normally say if you are asking for drills, please do offer to pay postage because we have people from all over the world and a bag full of drills coming from the States can actually be quite expensive. So we would say, you know, ask for the drills, offer to pay for the postage. People will send you drills to help you out, which is lovely. So that group is Calb's Sparkles. There is a link for that also in the description box. Let's highlight those ones to get rid. So I need to be in this square and I need to be there. Yeah, there are ways of getting the drills. The best way to do a conversion and know that all of the colours are the same are to buy all of your drills up front. There are numerous places you can get drills from. Some are more expensive than others. But yeah, you can do that. It can just work out a little bit more expensive. Okay, canvases, mediums to do it on. You don't have to buy a diamond painting canvas to do a conversion, okay? Please do go and follow Penny at Calb Sparkles on YouTube because Penny successfully did a massive conversion on graph paper. She basically brought graph paper. You obviously need to make sure it is the right size graph paper, but she then used double-sided tape, laid over the graph paper, the gridded graph paper, and she used that and she did it sheet by sheet. Absolutely amazing job that she did. So especially if you want to try it out and you're going to try one of the smaller. Now I've just put that in completely the wrong place. It needs to be down here. It's much easier to store sheets of graph paper. You may even be able to find a pattern where you only need one sheet, in which case it's ideal. Crack out the double-sided tape and make your own. It is feasible. So you don't have to purchase, you don't have to go all out. A pack of graph paper will give you like 100 sheets for about £4 or £5 if you have a look on Amazon. So it is a good way of doing it. You would then mount that onto board, cardboard, wood, in a picture frame. It depends how big it is, you know, but it is a lot cheaper. So you don't have to buy an expensive canvas. You could also, places like Temu, you can get smaller canvases. You can also get them on Amazon. You know, work out how many small canvases you need to make one big one and do that instead, just like I have. I've got 2 canvases that are this sort of size. I don't even know what size this is. I think it's something like 50 by 70. So I've got 2 canvases that size, and then I've got 2 narrow but long pieces left over from my last conversion that I have used to make the whole picture, and they will then be joined together. So there are ways of trying it out without having to spend a lot of money, and especially if you're using your spare drills. You know, all you've really got to pay for is the pattern that you're going to do. You can get them on Etsy. This particular graph cost me all of about £4. I think it was just under £4. You know, it does help keep the costs down. There is a wonderful community of us. So yeah, I'm using this section here. Look, one drill, 797. So for that one drill, I am going to pot dip. We only need one. Get off. Okay. And that one needs to go in there. Done. Next symbol. A few more. 632. What was I saying? There's a lovely little community. So I'm going to go through when and who posts what up. Now, up until this point, me and Penny have worked between us to get a video up every day that you can use as a whip to work on while you're doing your canvases. Now, we're not guaranteeing there will be a video every day because, you know, sometimes something will crop up, or we have issues with internet or with our phones or whatever. You know, it's not always every day. But if we do post videos up, here is the schedule. So Monday, Penny will post a video. Tuesday, it is myself. Wednesday, it is Penny, because Penny would work on her conversion on Wednesday anyway, because she's much better at having a schedule than I am. On Thursday, it is myself again. Friday evenings at 8 p.m. throughout the course of the event, myself and Penny go live. And that is so we can do an update on how everybody's doing. I get everybody's figures in, because having the total drills and the amount of drills laid is a really useful tool to keep track during the course of this this event. And I will explain, because that will help win prizes. So I'll explain that in a minute. So on a Friday, we go live. I have got a conversion spreadsheet that I use. and we go through how everyone's getting on, and we have a general chat and a catch up. Sometimes I will do a giveaway or a competition, that sort of thing. On a Saturday, Penny posts, and on Sunday it's myself again. Like I said, we may miss one or two now and again. I have completely gone wrong with that one as well. So that's right. I've got one missing there. So I'm going to pop that one in. No, but that's not right because that's got, so is that up too high? I've got one too many there. That's why. Oh my word. I bet that was the extra one. So let's do that. And then we've got 3. This is what happens when you're trying to talk. There we go. So yes, because you get these figures on, especially on these types of things, it's very easy for people to update me once a week and tell me what their total drill scores are. So total drills laid so far, and I keep the percentages because that comes into play later on, but that's more important towards the end than in the beginning. But mainly it's the drill count itself. The drill count is quite important. And then there are prizes. So we have 3 bigger prizes. These prizes are funded by myself or from very generous donations from subscribers, which we have done every year so far. I have a couple of people that are in the United States. So if someone from the United States wins a prize, those people donate canvases and send them off. I will then send them the postage because, you know, that's only fair. But if you are elsewhere in the world, those prizes come from myself or from Penny at Cal Sparkles. And this time around, I am doing a lot more gift certificate type things. So, yeah. And the 3 main prizes are for the following things. We will have a main prize for most drills laid across the month, which is why those figures are so important. I keep track of those. We also have a prize for the highest percentage laid, because in this event you do not have to have a brand new start to take part. You do not have to have a finish to take part. So if someone comes in with a canvas and they're part way through and they finish that canvas, they can actually start a new canvas and their percentages will be added together. So that's highest percentage completed. And then we have a final prize, and the final prize is very special. At the end of the event, every single one of us taking part will vote for the canvas that we think is the best. And it could be the best because the person doing it has had a particularly difficult time, or it could be the best because it's stunning. It could be the best because it's massive and they've got loads done. But whatever the reason is, we vote for the canvas that we think deserves to win that big prize, which always makes it interesting. We also have smaller prizes, which I tend to do throughout the month. We will have a competition on Sunday's video. Hang on a minute, that's this video. Oh my God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I didn't do one on the live last night because I didn't have anything planned, and I've just realised that I haven't got anything planned for now either. Okay, let's have a look. Trying to think, what can I do? What can I ask that will help me? Right, that's that one done. Okay, I need a minute. I'm going to have to go and think up something I can do for a competition. So, as I was saying, we've already given away a set of the green trays to someone who won. We have also given out a bespoke pen that I am going to make for somebody. Please do be patient when getting prizes. Please do remember that I've got to get it together, and you know, I am working, so I don't have a lot of spare time. I will get them out to you as quickly as possible. Give me a minute. I'm going to go off and think about something I can do for competition. I will be back. Okay, I think I've got it. Okay, so to take part in this competition, you will need to do the following 3 things. Okay, so get ready, because I'm only going to repeat this once. Okay, you will need to answer 3 questions. And you will need to, you need to take part in 3 things, and you need to send a photograph to myself as well. Number 1, to take part, you will need to email me at kittenupkitten@gmail.com. The email address is in the description box. First of all, I need you to screenshot, okay? And I need 2 pictures. So you need to screenshot both proof that you are subscribed to myself and proof that you are subscribed to Penny at Calb's Sparkles, because we're a team. We are a pair. We are besties. So I need both. So you need to take a picture of that screenshot and you need to attach it to your email. You then also need to answer the following 2 questions. Okay? So the first question is, there is in the DMC list a colour that isn't a number. What is it? I repeat, there is a colour in the DMC range that isn't a number. What is it? So that's number 1. We'll just get these colours in, because it's very easy to get confused when you're not following. And then the next question is, probably ought to write these down so I remember what I've done. So prepared. Always. Do you know what? I can guarantee you I haven't got a normal pen down here. Got highlighters and marker pens. So far, screenshot, subscribed to me and Penny. So that should be 2 images that you're attaching to your email. And then question number 1, there is a colour that does not have a number in the DMC code list. What is it? And then number 2, I am going to have a flick through my spare drill booklet, and I am going to pick a colour. Okay, so the second question to answer is, what colour is DMC 518? So you are sending by email the following information. You are sending a screenshot of you being subscribed to my channel, and also a screenshot that you are subscribed to Penny at Calb's Sparkles. Attach those two things to an email and answer the following two questions. I've forgotten what that third one was already. Let's see, what colour? What colour? So number one, there is a DMC code that is not a number. What is it? And number two, what colour is DMC 518? Pop those onto an email and include on the email, please, the country where you are from, because that will change what you get as a prize, or that may change. Up for grabs is a set of white cook trays and a set of grey cook trays. So 2 prizes. Now I will need emails into my inbox by, if I do a video Monday, we'll skip Tuesdays, so I will need an answer by Thursday. Answers only to email. Do not comment on this video. Do not comment in the group. Email only. Email address is in the description box. There we go. Nice little prize for you. Nice little prize, 3021. And not difficult questions either, so you should be able to get them quite easily. Hopefully you all know how to screenshot and to attach images to an email. If you don't know how, please Google, because I'm not going into it. There we go. So yeah, something to look forward to. It'll be lovely to give away some prizes. So a set of trays. Now, if you are in the States, it is feasible that you may get a diamond painting instead, but it is a little competition one. So I do prefer to keep those donated gifts for the competition at the end. I also want to do a shout out to a couple of people that are very special to me. Number one, shout out to the lovely Lisa from Lisa's Colouring Corner, who agreed to take part in this event, and because she's feeling unwell, very unwell, she has a very good reason for not having done anything so far. She actually had said to Penny that she thought she ought to pull out because she's not been very well. She's not been able to do any of it. Lisa, please don't pull out. It doesn't matter. As little as you can get done should be celebrated. Absolutely. So please stay in, even if it's just so that we can say hi to you now and again, and we can all send our best wishes and our love and healing thoughts as much as we can. So please, my darling. Lisa is also someone who is willing to donate a diamond painting, so thank you so much for your generosity. But please, just whatever you can get done is better than nothing. And that, number one, you've been taking part in this for so long now that you're part of it. You are part of the KUK Calb Sparkles DIY event. So we would be much poorer off to not have you in it at all. Just do what you can. And thank you for your kindness and your generosity. It is very much appreciated. And also to the totally amazing Betsy McLeod, who is based in the States. Again, she is someone that regularly donates not just one or two, but an incredibly generous amount of diamond paintings for these events every time I do it, whether it's for DIY DP or for 2,000 subscribers. She is phenomenal and I owe her so much. She consistently supports my channel. She buys me coffees. She orders from me on Etsy, and she likes the videos. And, you know, there's nothing I can say. There's nothing I can do that can thank you for everything you do. So if all I can do is shout out your name and let people know how amazing you are, then, you know, that's got to be worth something. So thank you, Betsy, for everything you do. It is so very much appreciated, and it was lovely to have you pop on the live last night, so thank you very much. So I'm very nearly at the end. I was going to stop, but do you know what? I might as well keep going now because I've literally got 3 colours to do, and then I'm done on this section, so I might as well finish it off because the last bit's just going to be multi-placing, and then I can show you what I mean. So all the way through this, I've either had to count when I first started on this section, just like you would with counted cross stitch, or I have used the patterns that already exist to find my place. And that's probably where the mistakes come in, because sometimes you get it wrong. I'm also using the lines. So on my canvas, I have a darker black line at the 10 point, the 10 line point, which helps. So I'm also using that, but by getting all of the itty bitty bits, the smaller bits done first, it means I am left on this occasion, you know, it doesn't always happen this way, but on this particular section it has left me with a massive chunk of colour blocking. Now I will say I hate colour blocking white. I would rather colour block black. You know, I don't think 310's the hardest thing to colour block. I think it's white, or 3865. So I'm not looking forward to it, but it does mean there will be no counting required, because I know that every single space will be a white drill. And I do love multi-placing. Just in case you are new, multi-placing is where you lay more than one drill at a time. And exactly the reason why I needed a bigger tray. I did say when I first started that I was I was adamantly a single placer for a long time. It took me a few goes to get used to multi-placing, but now I can multi-place like a boss. I don't tend to go bigger than a 10, more than enough. But that's why I needed a bigger tray, because the standard tray, if you're multi-placing 10, actually needs to be shaken quite a lot to do that, whereas this larger tray does not. I just prefer a larger tray. So one more symbol. I've got about 3 or 4, oh no, probably a bit more than that, 6 or 7 drills to lay in this next colour. So let's tick that so they get filled in. And I actually think that I do need to get into my spare drills and refill my white pot, because I haven't got that many in there. So let's get this colour. So what colour is this? Not that one. There we go, 801. So these few, and then I can just fill in the rest of it. So actually quite a nice section to be doing. So those two, thank you. Oh, picking up a drill that's upside down. That one, thank you. So today it is Saturday. I do tend to film videos ahead if I can, because I have more time on a weekend. I am shortly off to see my daughter and granddaughter. We're going to go have a walk to the local cafe that's up the road and have their healthy breakfast option. Me and my daughter are both on Slim Fast diet, so we're trying to lose a little bit of the extra weight. I've put on quite a bit of weight since I gave up smoking in January. Still healthier than smoking, so it's not a bad thing. But yes, I do vape, but I vape 0 nicotine, and I am phasing that out gradually. Right, so now I can select that. It is B5200. So literally what I've got in this tray is all I've got in this tub, so I need to fill that up. And then all I know now that every single section, every single space in this section is white. And of course I've got super sticky tape because I don't do a lot of colour blocking. Oh, there we go, that's better. I didn't do a very good job of that. And it's like, yeah, because I've saved that to the end, I have very sticky tape. Just using my dressing gown to tap my multi-placer on to try and dirty the tape somewhat to stop it being quite so sticky. I think this multi-placer is a, I think it's a, is it a 9 or a 10? Oh, it's not, it's only a 7. Oh my word. But yeah, just fill in all of those spaces. Always enjoy a bit of colour blocking. It is like doing a jigsaw puzzle. You sort of find the spaces. Oh, there's a round drill. Don't want that. Where did you come from? Possibly from where I've mixed them at some point when I've been putting them away. So let's replace that one. And yeah, it just speeds up that whole thing because you're not having to count. You've not got to watch where you're going. You are just filling in. And I love that. And you don't tend to get a lot of these on conversions. A lot of them are quite confetti, and there is a reason for that, because of course confetti makes it interesting, colour blocking keeps it moving. But out of the two, I prefer to colour block, not gonna lie. There's something so relaxing about just filling in. I don't know what it is. I may have to get up and go and see if I've got some 5200s. So tomorrow is Sunday. Sunday is my day off. I very rarely do anything on a Sunday. It is my day off from every single job. Now, I do sometimes film on a Sunday because weekends are really the only time I get to film regularly, and especially when I'm doing this event because it's so busy during the week. So I tend to film ahead. So by filming Sunday's video today, Sunday, I can then film Tuesday and Thursdays. It does depend. Next week I'm actually working Monday. I don't normally work Monday, but I am doing both a cleaning job and a brow client on Monday. So it's coming right up. We go away next Saturday, a week today. God. And the money will come in useful. So I'm not going to say no. So yeah, get in there. So I may have to go and see. Let me have a swig of my coffee, otherwise it will go cold. The beauty of colour blocking is that when you have done your square, you can literally, she says, get the pen on, idiot. You could literally click on that whole section, select all unfinished highlighted stitches and click done, which makes it so much quicker. It really does, and I love that. So I'm not going to finish this. I'm actually going to I'm going to get up and go and find some B5-200s off camera. But thank you for joining me today. Do not forget about those competition details. It is very important that you screenshot that you are subscribed to myself and to Penny, and attach those to an email to kittenupkitten@gmail.com with the answers to the 2 questions that are also included. Number 1, there is a colour. There's actually 2. No, there's 1. There's a colour in the DMC code that is not a number. What colour is it? And number 2, what colour is DMC 518? All right, all good. Thank you to anyone who has joined me for the first time today. Thank you to those of you that are regulars that have just sat through a tutorial pretty much, but I felt it was interesting to do. A big shout out to everyone taking part in hashtag DIY May 24, and also trying to hit the hashtag the million drill drop. Thank you for your time. I will be back soon with another video. It is, as always, over and out from this Kitten Up Kitten. Bye-bye.